Number 22, Benny Duffy. Number 24, Matt Scanlon. Number 44, Chris Miller. Number 37, Mike Parton. Number 51, Brian Muser. Number 55, Jason Kendrick. Number 57, Aaron Bird. Number 58, Troy Gladys. Number 74, Mike Stewart. Number 95, Sam Trump. The starting head coach, Scott Olson. Assistant coaches, Joe Thurman, Brian Pittsburgh, Jeff Price, Mike Thomas, and Dave Stewart.
Punt is partially blocked. Partially blocked, it looks appeared there. In on the block for Richfield. Number 58. That would be Troy Black.
Partially blocked that punt.
He got a piece of it, and that punt was good for a total net of just 2 yards. And so Richfield will take control, 1st and 10 from the 35. And while Minnetonka goes with a freshman at quarterback, Richfield counters with a sophomore, one of the Scanlon brothers. Pitch out here in the first play, and that's to Matt Scanlon. He gets the pitch from his brother, Paul Scanlon, so that's going to do wonders for us tonight. We're going to have to keep those straight.
Matt Scanlon on the carry.
Spartans pick up about a yard on 1st down, so it's 2nd and 9. Take that, he lost about a yard. Take that, 2nd and 11 from the 34-yard line. Paul Scanlon under center, one of the 3 Scanlon brothers on this Richfield team. Scanlon, to give up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, but there's very little running room inside. Pick up about 2 yards. Ben Duffy on the carry. Duffy's had a great first 3 games of the season. He has been the main cog in this Richfield offense. So the Spartans face 3rd and long on their first possession from the 36-yard line. Approaching the 7-minute mark of the first quarter of play, no score between Richfield and Minnetonka. Split backs, receivers left and right for Scanlon. Scanlon on a draw, give to Duffy. Big opening, and he's got room. Duffy bangs his way all the way down into Minnetonka territory at the 49-yard line. Pickup of 16 yards for Duffy, as the Spartans did a nice job of opening a hole there right off the left side of the center. Bit of a run draw there, and a nice gain for Richfield in their initial 1st down of the contest. 1st and 10 for Richfield. Give inside. Again, little room there. We'll bring up a 2nd and 8 situation for Richfield. Again, they are now in Minnetonka territory. Fergus comes out of the Spartan lineup. Again, they send the wide receivers left and right. Twin backs behind Scanlon. To give to Duffy, and Duffy is in the clear. And Duffy is gone. Touchdown, Richfield. 47 yards. Ben Duffy gets the Spartans on the scoreboard. And with 6 minutes, 4 seconds remaining, first quarter of play, Richfield breaks on top 6-0 with the extra point pending. Again, a gaping hole on that left side. The Richfield offensive line springs Duffy
The Bears will attempt the point after.
And the senior tailback sprints 47 yards to pay dirt. And with the extra point attempt, which is good, Richfield has the lead, 7-0. The Spartans over the Skippers. And the homecoming crowd here at Richfield High School loves it.
Friday, October 13th, practically time beginning at 2 p.m.
So again, if you're just joining us, kind of the setup for this one. Spartans all over in first place in the Classic Lake. They are undefeated, 3-0 in the season. They're the number 10 ranked team in AA in the state. Minnetonka, meanwhile, they are in last place in the Classic Lake. They're 0-3 in the conference play, 1-3 overall. So by record, you figure this one is a mismatch. But these are the games from Richfield's point of view that you just don't want to overlook. They do have the lead here, 7-0. And again, the Skippers, Bill DeVork, will kick off to Minnetonka. Another high, short kick. Duspavic has it at about the 10. Look for some room, finds some up the middle, still moving his feet, and he gets across the 30-yard line to about the 31. And that's where the Skippers will take over first and 10.
The Skippers' stop was made by Neil Assman.
They did have some luck moving the ball the first time they had possession. We'll see what they do this time around. First and 10 for Richfield. Make that for Minnetonka from the 31-yard line. Keating gives on the draw play to Duspavic. Little is no room, no gain.
Duspavic on the carry. Stop was made by Sean Clark.
You want that here? Okay. This one is off. Second and 10 for Minnetonka. Keating again under center. Schmidt. Duspavic, the lone setback. Man in motion towards us on the right. First pass, look-in pass, and it's there, complete. Across the 50 to the 45-40, 35-30, 25, hold down at about the 23-yard line. Minnetonka back in business. First and 10 from the Richfield 23. Keating's first pass of the game, and it goes for, it looks like about a 50-yard gain. And the Skippers with a first down at the 23-yard line. The look-in pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are having difficulty finding seats for some of the people who would like to get in. Just squeeze in a little bit and get some more room for those at the gate.
First and 10 for, make that second and 5 to set up. We have an injured man on the field right now for Richfield. I can't completely identify the number. It looks like it's number 55, and that would be the co-captain. Kendrick, but I can't tell for sure. I got my eyes. No, just Kendrick is standing. There's someone else who is down. Can't make out the number at this point. They're looking at his ankle right now. I wouldn't venture to guess the severity of it. Again, if you're just joining us, 4 minutes, 17 seconds remaining, first quarter of play. And Richfield leads Minnetonka by the score of 7-0, but the Skippers are threatening. They have the ball deep in Richfield territory at the 18-yard line. where they are facing a 2nd and 5. It appears the injured players are going to need assistance getting off the field. A couple of his Spartan team long. And if my eyes don't deceive me, I believe it's number 95 for Richfield. Assisted off the field, and so they're ready to go again. Again, 2nd and 5 Minnetonka from the 18. Number 7, Ryan Keating, the quarterback. Joe Duspavic, the lone setback. Skipper's been keeping the ball on the ground. They do so again here. It is a halfback option pass. Man, the end zone is there. It's caught. Was he there? He wasn't. It's a touchdown, Minnetonka. The back corner of the end zone. Referee ruled that he kept a foot in bounds, and it's a touchdown for the Spartans. Option pass from Chris Smith, who's lined up as a wingback. He is a quarterback. That he's the backup quarterback for Minnetonka. And Smith goes 18 yards for the touchdown. And pending an extra point, we got a tie ball game. Not a lot of agreement here on the Richfield side on that call. Take another look at it. And there is the catch. Can't really tell from that replay whether he actually was in bounds. It was a nice catch regardless. And the Skippers are on the scoreboard. We have another delay here as we await the extra point attempt. No indication at this point why the delay. But Minnetonka gets on the board at the 3:58 mark. And again, they will try to tie it here with the extra point unless they decide to go for the 2. They may very well do that as it appears that Keating is still on the field. And that they will. They'll go for, in fact, they'll go for the 1. And it is a fake. Holder going around the right side, being pressured, and the attempt is no good. Nice defensive pressure there by Richfield, number 36. Gerard Judo. And so, Minnetonka still trails. Richfield maintains their lead by the margin of 7-6. Again, we said going in, it looks to be a mismatch on paper, with Richfield undefeated. Minnetonka winless in the conference. Richfield in sole possession of first place in the Classic Lake. Minnetonka in last place. But right now, only that missed extra point attempt separates these two clubs with just under 4 minutes left in the first quarter of play. So again, that will go down in the books as an 18-yard touchdown pass from Chris Smith that pulled the Skippers within a point at 7-6 with 3:58 to go, first quarter. Richfield getting ready to receive this kickoff. As I remarked earlier, year in, year out, the Skippers have been notorious on special teams. Especially the last couple of years, they love to run a reverse on both their punt and kickoff returns. We'll have to keep an eye out to see if they do anything like that here. Set to go again. Skippers kicking off from right to left. A low line drive kick. Taking it about the 12. And there's a fake reverse. Out across the 30 to 35. Down the sidelines. 50, 45, 40. And that's Ben Duffy showing off the speed. And Ben takes that kick all the way down to about the 41-yard line. And the Spartans are back in business. Check that. It looks like they're going to mark it. The Duffy went out of bounds, and they're going to mark it back in Richfield territory. Still excellent field position for Richfield. They'll start from their own 43-yard line. So here come the Spartans. Wide receivers set left and right. Paul Scanlon, the quarterback. The give to Duffy. Duffy off right side. Across the 45 to the 47. Loose football, and Minnetonka has recovered a fumble. The ball was knocked loose. Minnetonka has recovered, and the Skippers are back in business in Richfield territory.
Made by number 79, Chris Potter.
Recovery on the play. Chris Potter. Number 79. 6'2", 190-pound senior for the Skippers. And so now Minnetonka has the ball again. Still over 3.5 minutes to go, first quarter of play. They trail 7-6. Again, another delay as we change possessions. We've seen quite a few delays this evening between extra points before kickoffs. Now I'm changing possession. But now they're ready to go. Skippers, first and 10 from the Richfield 49. Quarterback. Spavak, the lone setback. Lifted pass again, and again it is complete. Jeremy Jaffru on the reception. Jaffru, a big kid, 6'6", 205-pound senior from Minnetonka. Second down, we'll call it 5 from the 44-yard line. And Ryan Keating, after initially early stages of this game, looked a bit reluctant to throw the ball, has completed his last 2 passes, both that look-in variety. Second and 5, man in motion to the right. They give on the delay to Duspavik. Little room, no room, door shut. First man there for Richfield, number 57, Aaron Bays. But there were a host of Skippers, make that host of Spartans there to make the stop on the Skippers. So that'll bring up third and a long 5 for Minnetonka. Key defensive play here for Richfield. Key offensive play early for Minnetonka. Later stages of the first quarter. That standard offensive set for Minnetonka. Wide receivers left and right. 2 wingbacks. Duspavik, the lone setback. Richfield showing blitz. They jump off, and that's a tough penalty for Richfield. I think they're going to be short of the first down by about maybe 1/4 of a yard. But you don't want to turn it from a 3rd and 5 to a 3rd and less than a yard. It appeared there was Ben Sablea who jumped off sides. Now, whether officials are marking it right now, it looks to be a first down, and it is.
That is the first down.
First and 10 for Minnetonka at the Richfield 38-yard line. We're right at the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Again, the Spartans showing blitz, and again they come. Well read, almost intercepted by Duffy. Nice job by Keating to just get that pass off. That's the same defensive set that Richfield was showing on the 3rd and 5 situation where they jumped off sides. They showed blitz, and they came right up the middle. And Keating, the young freshman, they figured maybe they can rattle him. But there, the freshman did a nice job getting rid of the pass, but it was almost intercepted. So it's 2nd and 10 for Minnetonka at the 38-yard line. Skippers opening it up here a little bit. They kept it on the ground early stages. They aired it out here in the later stages of the first quarter. Keating back to pass again. Deep drop, the screen pass to Duspavik. He picks up about 3 yards to the 35-yard line. A host of Spartans there to make the tackle. Among them, number 56, Bob Olsen. Kendrick was there as well. And so now Minnetonka with another third down situation. This time we'll call it 3rd and 7 at the 35-yard line. They need to get almost to the 28 to pick up the first. Moments ago on 3rd down, Richfield jumped off sides. You don't want to give them another gift here. This time with twin setbacks behind Keating. Ryan back to pass. Looks a little flare out to Duspavic. He's got some room. He can beat the first man. 35-30, very close to the first down. It's going to be very close to a first down. At first eye shot, looks like they might be about a half a yard short. And they're going to mark it just inside the 30-yard line, so it might be a full yard short. And so that'll bring up a 4th and 1 situation, and you know that Minnetonka will go for it. Less than a minute to go, first quarter of play. 7-6 Richfield leads. Minnetonka going for it on 4th and 1 from the 29. To give to Duspavic, who bangs across the 27 to the 27, first down for Minnetonka. Duspavic is one of the finest hockey players in the state, as well as being a very fine football player. He's a big kid, 6'1", almost 200 pounds, and he's just a junior. So the Skippers, 1st and 10 now, from the Richfield 27-yard line. Keating calling signals, man in motion. Right to left. Keating back to pass. Deep drop again. Little screen pass. Completed Duspavic. 25. 20. Across the 20, and he is knocked down, but not before picking up about 8 yards. And what likely will be the last play here of the first quarter. And indeed it will. It'll be 2nd and 2 when we come back for the 2nd and quarter of play right now after 1 quarter of play. Richfield leads Minnetonka by the score of 7-6. Welcome back, everyone. 2nd and 2 for Minnetonka. First play, 2nd quarter. Richfield leads this game 7-6. But again, the Skippers are threatening. Keating, the give to Duspavic over the right side. Tackled by Jason Kendrick right at the first down marker. This one will be close. Nice shoestring tackle there by Jason Kendrick on big Joe Duspavic. He's been a real workhorse for the Skippers this evening. And this time I think they're going to have to bring out the chains. That was on a 2nd down play. So we are, again, definitely in 4-down territory. So even if they're short here, they're going to have probably a couple plays to pick up the first. And it is a first down for Minnetonka. Skippers have it 1st and 10. They are trying to move in for the go-ahead score. They trail Richfield 7-6. Here at the Richfield Homecoming Game, 1994. Please stay with us at halftime for all the homecoming festivities. And then, of course, following that, the second half of this Classic Lake Tilt between the Richfield Spartans and the Minnetonka Skippers. Minnetonka, 1st and 10 from the Richfield 18. Twin wide receivers, twin wingbacks, fake give. Keating looking in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnetonka. Post pattern, touchdown, Minnetonka, but keep it right here. There is a flag on the play. Rob LaRue caught that pass. Again, a flag down on the play here. We'll have to see if it stands. As we take another look at this nice post pattern run by LaRue. Delivered. Touchdown. Pending the penalty, which will go against Minnetonka, and that will nullify the touchdown. Illegal procedure. It's a 5-yard penalty, but it's a big 5-yard penalty here. It takes 6 points away from Minnetonka. So the illegal procedure takes away the touchdown. It leaves Minnetonka with a second. Make that, it should be probably a 1st and 15
With a second at about 15 yards.
My recollection would be it would be first down, but it is marked as second down both on the scoreboard and the yard marker, so we will go with the 2nd and 15. Kind of a reverse give here, and there's some room. 15, and he is stopped right there. It's Ben Felty. Felty had some room there, and he picks up about 8 yards. And I guess I was right because that was a first down play. The down now is second down, so it will be 2nd and 8 from the 15-yard line. Because if you recall, that touchdown pass that was nullified was on a 1st and 10 play. They got the 5-yard penalty. With the penalty, the down remains the same. 2nd and 8. Minnetonka from the 15. Deuce Bobick. Setback. Keating back to pass. He's looking into the corner of the end zone. Man, there. Pass isn't. Just out of the outstretched hands of the receiver. And it falls incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 8. The man was there. The pass was just thrown a bit too far to the outside. That's a very long pass because he's going from the right hash mark into the left corner of the end zone. And so although it would be only marked as a 15-yard touchdown pass, that pass went approximately 35, 40 yards in the air. So 3rd and 8 for Richfield. Keating rolling to his right. Now he moves to his left. He's being pressured. He scrambles. Throws off that side into the end zone in a crowd. It's incomplete. Another flag on the play. We got a flag back in the area of the offensive backfield. Keating threw the ball into the crowd there. It looked like a Minnetonka player got both hands on it, had a chance to catch the ball, but it was knocked loose. Preliminary signal is holding on the offense, but we'll have to wait for the official signal here. And the way they're walking backwards, that looks like it will be the call. And it is holding on Minnetonka, so the Skippers are going backwards here. Again, the down remains the same. It is 3rd down from the 25-yard line. Skippers need to get to about the 7 or 8-yard line to make the first down, so call it 3rd and 17. And the Skippers are forced to take a timeout as there was some confusion in the huddle. Not the easiest call in the world for both the coaching staff and the quarterback, because they're in position where trailing by just a point, they'd really love to get the ball in the end zone. I'm not sure about the abilities of the Minnetonka kicker, how close they'd have to get before they'd want to attempt a field goal. If any indication, I don't know if it really is an indication, after the only Minnetonka touchdown, they attempted a fake extra point, meaning they faked the kick and they went for the 2 and that failed. So I don't know if that shows a lack of confidence in the kicker, but just plainly that they tried to go for the 2. But you have to think in the mind of Miles Gibter right now. He is thinking touchdown. Again, his club has it at the 25-yard line. We have a 7-6 ball game here with 10 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the second quarter. An 18-yard touchdown pass by Chris Smith of the halfback option. Got the Spartans, make that the Skippers of Minnetonka on the board. At the 3:58 mark, 3:58 remaining in the second quarter after Ben Duffy had put Richfield ahead originally with a 47-yard touchdown run halfway through the first quarter of play. Okay, here we go. 3rd and 17. Keating back to pass and looking. Here's Deuce Bobick in the flat. He goes to Deuce Bobick. Who can't hang on to the little swing pass. Keating was looking at Deuce Bobick the entire way, and so was the Richfield defense. That ball falls incomplete. And it appears right now, with the way that they're changing manpower here, that Minnetonka may be attempting a field goal here. Let's take a look. If they were to try a field goal, the ball would be set at approximately the 32-yard line, so it would be a 42-yard field goal. There's little to no wind tonight. If there is a bit, it would be at the kicker's back, and indeed they will try the 42-yard field goal. The snap, the hold, the set, the kick is up, and it will fall short. No good. And so the Richfield defense holds. And the Spartans will take over at the 25-yard line. Kick needed about an extra 5 to 7 yards on it if it was going to cross the crossbar. But it falls short. And check that, Richfield gets the ball at the 20-yard line as they bring it to the 20 after missed kicks in high school football. So the Spartans hang on to their lead. The offenses have basically moved the ball tonight. Although we only have 13 points on the board, both offenses have done their jobs. So here goes the give for Richfield. The Minnetonka defense, just as I said, the offenses are moving the ball. Does a nice job there. As Matt Scanlon is thrown for about a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12 for Richfield from their own 18-yard line. You want to be very careful with the ball handling in this position if you're the Richfield Spartans. Not the place in the field that you want to give the giveaway or the turnover. Of course, no turnover is a good turnover, but especially down in this area of the field. Scanlon, Paul Scanlon, the sophomore quarterback. Fake give, and the pass is complete over the middle, breaks one tackle, and then a host of skippers are there to make the stop. Pass goes to Mike Parton, the tight end. Parton is up at about the 25-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd down and a short 5 for Richfield. Little swing pass, good play action fake there by Paul Scanlon. Found Parton in the flat. Good job by the Minnetonka defense as well as they swarmed all over him. So let's see how Richfield goes with this one. And they will go with a timeout. Again, a little confusion on the play. Play it safe, call a timeout, why not? And so the entire Richfield offensive unit will come over here to the near sideline and have discussions with Todd Olson and his crew. And what a job Todd Olson has done with this Richfield Spartan football program since he took over back in, I believe it was 91. Every year it seems like they lose a game or two early in the season, but then when come playoff time, they're one of the hottest teams in the state. This season they have yet to lose, undefeated. Of course, a huge win last week, 27-20 over Wayzata. Wayzata was the defending Classic Lake champion, and at that point, Wayzata was one among the top 10 teams in the AA rankings. After the Richfield win, Richfield is now in first place in the Classic Lake, and they are ranked 10th in the latest Class AA Associated Press poll. Some other games tonight. We're going to check out the schedule real quickly here in the Lake Conference and Classic Lake. Of course, in the Lake Conference, Eden Prairie showing the way after back-to-back wins over Burnsville and Apple Valley. We'll get to the schedule back here in just a moment. Let's get to the play right now. 3rd down, and again, a long 4, short 5 for Richfield from their 25. Scanlon under center. Looking to pass. Over the middle, and it is caught. Nice pass by Scanlon. Patton with the catch. 1st down for Richfield. And Scanlon showing off a little arm strength there as the lefty. Like a dart thrower, put that one in there. Patton with a nice catch as he takes the hit. Another look here. Look at that sharp pass there. Patton, nice catch. He's downed immediately, but not before picking up a 1st down for Richfield. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Just under 9 minutes to play. 2nd quarter of play. 7-6 in favor of Richfield. Again, Paul Scanlon, sophomore quarterback. Got a brother Pat Scanlon, another brother Matt Scanlon, a junior and senior, who are also members of this Richfield Spartan team. Duffy in motion to the right. Pitch out. A little behind him, but he brings it in. That's number 21, Sevilla rather. Ben Sevilla on the carry. And Ben picks up about 4 yards. Out to about the 43-yard line. They'll bring up 2nd and 6. Matt Scanlon returns. Sibylla leaves for Richfield. As the Spartans have been shuffling in most of the offensive plays this evening with the messenger system from the sideline. 2nd and 6. This time Scanlon in motion. Make that. And the pitch will go to Duffy. Duffy around the left side has some room. And Ben Duffy is knocked out of bounds in Minnetonka territory, but not before picking up a first down for Richfield. They used the Matt Scanlon on the motion to the right. They came back with the pitch from Paul Scanlon to Ben Duffy around the left side. And they had the Minnetonka defense moving one way, and they ran the other. And it was good for a first down for the Spartans into Minnetonka territory. Again, a stoppage of play here. One of our frequent stoppages in play that we've experienced this evening. Official timeout.
And an official timeout.
They seem to have things straightened away, and we're ready to go again. Richfield will have 1st and 10 at the Minnetonka 46-yard line. They break huddle. This time they send 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field, the short side of the field. Split backs. Paul Scanlon under center. Give inside to Ben Duffy. Breaks a couple tackles. Still moving all the way down to about the 43-yard line. Make that the 38-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7. Duffy running hard inside. Broke a couple tackles. On his way to a 7-yard pickup. Again, Matt Scanlon comes into the play. He relays that information to his brother, Paul Scanlon. Matt, a junior. Paul is a sophomore. This time in more standard set, wide receivers left and right. To give inside to Duffy, running hard again, and more room for Ben Duffy. All the way down to the 26-yard line, and that's another first down for Richfield. They've found something they like, and they used that in the first quarter as well. Right off the left guard, it appears, between the left guard and center. They got a spot there, the Minnetonka defense, that they've exploited several times already this evening. And the Spartans are on the move. Approaching the 7-minute-to-go mark. 2nd quarter of play. Richfield leads 7-6. They give inside again. Ben Sibylla on the carry, and Ben picks up 2 yards this time. Maybe a yard and a half. Still, we'll call it 2, just inside the 25, and that's 2nd and 8. Richfield looking to stay undefeated and alone in first place, sole possession of first place in the Classic Lake. Minnetonka looking for their first win in Classic Lake Conference play this season. Man in motion to the left. To give inside. This time it's Paul Scanlon to Matt Scanlon. And Matt will carry a tackler all the way down to the 20-yard line. Loose football, but I believe they're going to rule that he was down. Indeed they are, and that will bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 4 for Richfield. And we've had a couple key plays already this evening, and here is another of those. Although, as you may think, as I may think, it most likely is 4-down territory. 3rd and 4 from the 21. They need to get to about the 17-yard line. Paul Scanlon will give to Duffy. Duffy on a little counter play has a first down at the 14-yard line. Counter inside handoff to Ben Duffy. And again, Richfield exploiting the middle of that Minnetonka defense. Spartans looking to extend their lead. First and 10 from the Minnetonka 15. Matt Scanlon and Duffy the setbacks. Paul Scanlon under center. Duffy in motion to the right. Pitch out right to Matt Scanlon, and he will throw the ball toward the end zone. Man is there. Touchdown, Richfield. Touchdown for the Spartans. Chris Miller on the reception. Matt Scanlon on the pass. And the Spartans extend their lead. Halfback option play is the play. We're going to try to get another look, but we'll probably do that in a bit. Extra point coming right now. Right now the score is 13-6. Spartans showing that they will go for the one. The snap, the hold, the kick. And the kick is good. 5 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. Second quarter, another look. He was showing halfback pass the whole way, but still the skipper's bit. Miller wide open corner of the end zone. And the Spartans have the lead 14-6. 5:17 remaining. Second quarter of play. Again, Paul Scanlon pitches to his brother, Matt Scanlon. They had set the man in motion to the right. They red run on the defensive side the whole way. Not really well, how do I want to say this? I mean, he was showing past the entire way. Not very well disguised is the word I was looking for. But still, the skipper, that's right, the skipper defense, they were reading run the entire way. And that let Miller slip free in the end zone. And he catches the 15-yard touchdown pass. So Richfield leads, again, 14-6, 5:17 remaining, second quarter of play. That is the second halfback pass for a touchdown in this game. Earlier, Chris Smith threw an 18-yard touchdown pass for Minnetonka. Kickoff fielded about the 15-yard line. Across the 20 to the 25, 30, 35, 40, 50-yard line. And right at the 50 is where he will be stopped. That's number 24 for Minnetonka, KC Beaudry. And KC with a nice run back there. And so the Skippers, who have played very well tonight, they've not played like a team that is 0-3 in the Classic Lake. They will take over right at the 50-yard line. A couple of young quarterbacks here. A freshman for Minnetonka, sophomore for Richfield. So we're going to be seeing plenty of these two folks for in the next few years. And we had a flag as Dusbovic takes the ball up the middle. Right in the area where you usually see offensive holding as the flag came running right at the interior line of Minnetonka, and that's exactly what it's going to be. So Dusbovic's gain of 3 yards will be nullified, and the Skippers will be backed up, and there is a man down on the field for Minnetonka.
The penalty was a holding penalty on Minnetonka.
And as we look down, well, first glance, it looks like the number 1, and that would mean it would be Joe Dusbovic. Dusbovic, the main man in the backfield for Minnetonka all season long. I remarked earlier, especially in the opening game of the season, there's one of our fine photographers, Patrick. Give a wave. You deserve it. He always does a nice job with the Rich TV crew along with Southwest Community News. As you can see, nice crowd here for homecoming 1995. But getting back to Dusbovic, opening game of the season against St. Francis for Minnetonka. St. Francis then ranked as the number 9 team in the state. And Dusbovic had 3 touchdown runs in that contest, and 2 of them were over 90 yards in length. He right now is jogging off the field. He appears to be okay, and I'm sure that we will see him later in the contest. For the time being, Minnetonka is backed up. They have the ball at their own 40-yard line. First down and 20. 4:43 to go. Second quarter of play. Keating under center. 2 wingbacks, 2 wideouts. Single setback. And there is false start, illegal motion. It's a 5-yard penalty, basically, against Minnetonka. The wingback on the left side moved. And so the Skippers are moving in the wrong direction. First and 25 from their 35. And here they will try again. And again, they go with the 2 wideouts, 2 wingbacks, 1 setback. Ryan Keating, the quarterback. Look-in pass, and that is incomplete. Matt Scanlon was there to break it up, and Matt Scanlon was looking at about 40 yards of open field there, as he was just a second a little too late to pick that one off. And he had no one in front of him. He would have been able to walk in with a score. But the ball falls incomplete. 2nd and 25 from the 35. Duspavic still has not returned to the skipper lineup. 2nd and 25. Keating, back to pass, looking deep, going deep. Contact, both men go down. Incidental contact, no flag, no penalty. Man-to-man coverage there. LaRue on the coverage. Pass was attempted to Ryan Lewis, and he is listed as 6'1", 170, but he looks a little taller than 6'1", rather. But they got their feet tangled up and both went down. Again, that was a good no call by the official. 3rd and 25 for Minnetonka, and the Richfield defense will try to hold and see if they can get their offense the ball back so they have another chance to get on the board before halftime. Keating. Fake give, rolling to his left, looking downfield. Keating with pressure, goes over the middle, and that is complete. It is short of the first down, however. About 5 yards short of the first down. LaRue with the catch. So it is at the 46-yard line. And Minnetonka will be facing a 4th down situation. An obvious punting situation, and that is exactly what they'll do. Richfield set up in more or less a prevent defense, halfway suspecting a fake punt, but it is not. The punt is off, high, deep, taken in about the 15-yard line. A fake reverse again. Some room over here for Duffy. Duffy turns on the burners, and he gets it all the way out to about the 30-yard line. Ben Duffy, showing that he can pick him up and put him down, both from the kick return position and also from the running back position. He's accounted for a large part of the Richfield attack this evening. So, the Spartans take over. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to play in the first half. Again, please stay with us at halftime as we enjoy the halftime festivities from 1994 here from Richfield High School. And then after that, of course, second half play between Minnetonka and Richfield. Paul Scanlon, fake give, option to the right, pitch back, nothing there, and he'll be thrown for a loss. And also a flag goes down. Flag goes down right at the point of impact, back at about the 20-yard line. First thought there is some kind of a face mask or maybe an unnecessary roughness. We'll have to wait for the call. And it is the mask. And that'll go against Minnetonka. So what looked like a very nice defensive play and a loss of 5 for Richfield turns into a 15-yard major penalty. And that'll give the Skippers, make that the Spartans, a first down and 10 from the 42-yard line. So Richfield back in business, 1st and 10 from the 42. Paul Scanlon, the quarterback. This time he sends Duffy wide left. And the lefty goes back to pass. Appears to be looking for Duffy, and a little delay over the middle, but that pass is tipped. It looked like Richfield had set up a middle screen there as Duffy kind of slid underneath, and he had a wall of blockers in front of him, but the pass was tipped in the backfield, so it falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Kind of had to suspect something was going on there as they lined Duffy out to a wide left as a wide receiver in that play, and he basically exclusively is a running back. 2nd and 10 for Richfield. This time the standard set, Duffy back in the backfield. Matt Scanlon goes in motion right. Paul Scanlon, the pitch, and now reverse. And this is Duffy again. He has some room. Duffy all the way down to about the 44-yard line. Good for another first down for Richfield. Then cut that one back at about the 50. He had one man to beat, but the defensive pressure from Minnetonka was able to seal that from going any further. But still, it's good for 13 yards and a first down for the Spartans. 2:40 to go, first half. Remember, no 2-minute warning in high school football. Richfield has already used one of their timeouts. They have 2 remaining. From the 44, first and 10. Paul Scanlon. Mixed up in the backfield. The give, I believe it's Duffy, as Paul Scanlon and Ben Duffy ran into each other. Still, Duffy was able to pick up a couple yards. Check, that was not Duffy, as Duffy is just coming back in the game. And a man is down on the field for Richfield. It appears the ball carrier on the play. But Ben seems to be all right as he gingerly jogs off the field. Took a pretty good lick there. Still was able to pick up 2. Second down and 8, clock moving, under 2 minutes to play, first half. Scanlon gives inside to Duffy. Duffy with some room, shoestring tackle at about the 34-yard line. Will be very close. Another first down. I think this might be close enough for a measurement. That would stop the clock, and that would be a big benefit for the Richfield Spartans. They're going to mark it short of the first down, and they will roll the clock. Less than 1:30 to play. 3rd and 1 for Richfield. They sent flankers out left and right. This time Duffy set up as a wingback. Back to pass. Scanlon goes over the middle, complete. First down for Richfield at the 25-yard line. Pass goes to Chris Miller, who caught the touchdown pass earlier on the halfback pass from Matt Scanlon. So the Spartans have a first down just inside the 25-yard line. Clock right now stopped so the chains can move. 1:10 to go, and now the clock is moving. First and 10, Richfield from the 25. Less than a minute to go, first half. Scanlon back to pass, looking across the middle. That one got away from him, as that one seemed to slip out of his hands and it kind of went end over end. The pass was intended for Duffy on the left sideline, but just as well stops the clock with 48 seconds to go. Again, Richfield leads this one 14-6, and again we ask you to stay with us at halftime as we'll bring you the halftime festivities of homecoming, as it is homecoming 1994 this week for Richfield High School, culminating tonight with the homecoming football game. Richfield and Minnetonka, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Duffy, the lone setback, pitch to Duffy on the left side, 20-yard line, 15. Duffy still moving, and he is down to about the 14-yard line. Again, very close to a first down. Pickup of around 10. He appears to be just a bit short. Clock is moving, and now the clock is stopped as Richfield takes their second timeout with 34 seconds to play. Again, it is marked just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and less than a yard for Richfield. Now, elsewhere in the Classic Lake Conference tonight, there's some other really good battles shaping up as the standings, as we are actually halfway through the season. Hard to believe as we are coming out of the month of September. Today, the last day of September, moving into October tomorrow. As we look at the schedule for this evening, elsewhere, Armstrong is at Edina. The Hornets entered that game with a record of 1-2. Armstrong, 2-1 on the season. They beat Minnetonka last week in double overtime. Meanwhile, Hopkins is at St. Louis Park. Park tied with Minnetonka in the cellar of the Classic Lake. Meanwhile, Hopkins at 2-1. They played a great game earlier this season with Richfield, where Richfield came out on top of that one by the count of 12-10. Elsewhere, we have Wyzetta versus Cooper. That game is at Minnetonka. Cooper, one of the surprise teams in the conference, with a record of 2-1. And of course, we have the Minnetonka-Richfield game that we're watching right now. Meanwhile, over in the Lake Conference, Kennedy is at Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie, the Eagles, undefeated, number 1 in the state. Rosemont and Apple Valley, Burnsville at Jefferson, and Egan is at Lakeville. Again, right now we're watching Minnetonka and Richfield from Richfield High School. 34 seconds to go. First half of play. Richfield leads this one 14-6. They face a third and less than a yard from the 15-yard line. Paul Scanlon, the quarterback, under center. Lone setback. Back to pass. The pass is incomplete as he was going in the flat to Duffy. So now it is fourth and less than a yard, and we'll see what Todd Olson has in store here. It looks like there's no indication right now that they're going to go for the field goal. They sent in Chris Miller, so it looks like they will go for the first down. With the incomplete pass, of course, the clock stops. 32 seconds to go. Richfield still with one timeout. Fourth down, folks. Less than a yard from the 15. Scanlon. To give. Fake reverse. Duffy dives. He'll be close. Not the best of marks for the Richfield side as they mark it just inside the 15-yard line. Duffy takes the pitch out. Looks like he had some room, but it was a nice tackle on the Minnetonka end of things. And they're going to have to bring the chains over and take a look at this one. Kind of blocked from my point of view exactly what we can see. It looks like our photographer might be able to get a good shot of this one. They pull the chains. And it is a first down, Richfield.
That is a first down for the Spartans.
So the Spartans will have a 1st and 10 from the 14. 28 seconds to go. Remember, the clock stops when someone goes out of bounds or a pass is incomplete. So you can expect the Spartans to work the sidelines here, either with the run or the pass. They do have the one timeout remaining. Trip receivers to the right. Single setback for Richfield. Scanlon. The little screen pass to Duffy. Breaks outside. The nice tackle right at the 14-yard line. Nice tackle by number 21, Martin Hook. Put the hook to Duffy. And that's a gain of about a yard. The clock is stopped as Richfield has taken their final timeout with 12 seconds to go here in the first half. I can't say enough about that nice open field tackle by Martin Hook. The 5'10", 165-pound senior from Minnetonka. And Duffy, who was a very elusive runner, looked like he had some open field there, but that open field closed in a hurry thanks to Martin Hook. The entire Richfield offense right now meeting on the sidelines with Coach Todd Olson. As we take a look at part of our good-looking crowd here at Richfield High School. Students and alum alike. Parents as well. They revamped the stadium portion of the Richfield facility this year. We have all brand new stands here on the home side. Brand new press box. Keeping us nice and warm inside here. I'm sure our photographers aren't feeling quite as warm on the outside, but we do appreciate their great work and, of course, the great work the folks do in the booth. All right, second down and 10. 12 seconds to go. First half. Scanlon back to pass. Looking at the end zone, and that ball is incomplete, almost intercepted. Number 55 from Minnetonka, Shannon Crowell. Nice play there. 8 seconds to go still. And it looks like Richfield is not going to test their luck anymore. They're going to go for the field goal here on third down. This will be a 20 from about the 21, make it the 20-yard line. 21 we'll call it. A 31-yard field goal attempt by Bill DeVork. Bill, the soccer-style kicker. The kick is up. The kick is just short. very, very close. It's about halfway through. It looked like it had the distance. There is a slight wind that looks like it's picked up a little bit, and that was coming right in his face. And that might have to do a little with part of the reason that that one fell a bit short. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, Minnetonka will take over. Richfield still leads this one 14-6. And you can be sure that Minnetonka will basically just sit on this one. No use taking a chance from this point in the field. You're still in the ball game, trailing by just 8 points. And Keating just sits down on it, and that'll do it. We are through the first half of play here. Richfield leads it by the score of 14-6. Please stay with us. The halftime festivities, Homecoming 1994 is next. You're watching Classic Lake Conference football. This is Paragon Cable and Rich TV. Richfield High School are getting ready for the second half of this Classic Lake tilt between Richfield and Minnetonka. The Spartans have the lead at the half by the score of 14-6. Summary of that first half, Richfield got on the board with 7 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play when Ben Duffy scampered 47 yards off tackle for the touchdown. Extra point was good, 7-0 Richfield. Minnetonka countered with 3 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Chris Smith threw an 18-yard touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion as they faked the extra point from the kicking position. They went for the 2 points. That failed. The score remained 7-6. Moved to the second quarter, and Richfield would strike on the halfback option pass. Matt Scanlon going 15 yards to Chris Smith with 5:17 to play in the second quarter. Extra point was good. It was 14-6, and that was the score at the half. Richfield threatened late in the half, but a 30-yard field goal with just 8 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play fell just short. So again, 14-6, Richfield leads at the half. Also, I want to clarify the Scanlon situation. I remarked earlier that the quarterback, Paul Scanlon, was a sophomore. I was mistaken. Paul Scanlon is the quarterback, number 12. He is a senior. His brother is Matt Scanlon, who is a junior halfback. Their cousin is Pat Scanlon, and he is a sophomore. So my apologies for the confusion there. Again, Paul Scanlon is the senior quarterback. His brother Matt is a junior halfback who also sees quite a bit of action, and their cousin Pat Scanlon is a sophomore backup quarterback. So I hope we have all that clear as we move to the second half of play. First half, it featured a couple of great running backs, one for each team. Ben Duffy for Richfield was the main cog in their offense. Meanwhile, Joe Dusbabic was the main man in the Minnetonka attack. Dusbabic had to leave the field late in the second quarter with an injury. He did not return. We will have to keep an eye on the Minnetonka sidelines to see if he does return here in the second half of play. Richfield will receive the second half kickoff. They will be moving from our right to our left on our screen. Minnetonka kicking from the left side. Again, Richfield in the home red here for Homecoming 1994. Minnetonka in the road white with the blue pants. Spartans 3-0 on the season in first place, sole possession of first place in the Classic Lake Conference. Minnetonka 1-3 on the season, 0-3 in the Classic Lake play, and of course, they are the cellar dwellers. They are in last place in the Classic Lake, but they played Richfield tough here in the first half. It's still a ball game. Richfield leads 14-6, and we are set to go with second half action from Richfield High School. And the kick is up, and it is a low line drive kick, taking it about 0 to 5 yard line. The fake reverse this time to give reverse to Duffy. Duffy at the 10, the 15, the 20, cuts inside to about the 25 yard line, and down he will go there. And that's where Richfield will take over first and 10. This time the Spartans, not with the fake on the reverse, they went ahead and went with the reverse. Duffy looked like he had some room to the inside. He cut it up, but that hole closed quickly, and he will get it out again to about the 25 yard line, and that's where the Richfield offense will take over behind senior quarterback Paul Scanlon. Scanlon with the twin backs, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. The give will go inside, cross the 30 to about 31 yard line. Again, Minnetonka is pointing like there's a loose ball. They say they have it, and they do. A fumble, and it was recovered by the Skippers. I didn't see who came up with the football. All I know is that Minnetonka has recovered. On the first play from scrimmage in the second half, Richfield turns it over, and the Skippers trailing by just 8 with a golden opportunity to cut that margin even more. Skippers operating again with their freshman quarterback, Ryan Keating. Joe Duspavic is back. He is the single setback for Minnetonka. Man in motion to the right. Keating back and gives inside to Duspavic. He carries bodies along with him as he bangs in for about 4 yards. Leading the way on the defensive side, Mike Stewart, big number 74 for the Spartans. But not before Joe Duspavic is able to pick up 4 yards and set up 2nd and 6 for Minnetonka. Just a minute in here into the third quarter. Skippers knocking on the door. They trail 14-6. Keating, a give inside again to Duspavic. Again, he just bangs in there, spins off a couple tacklers. He's down into about the 16-yard line, about a yard short of the first down, maybe 2. Will bring up 3rd and short yardage for Minnetonka. Again, nice surge by the Richfield defensive front. Duspavic just shrugging off tacklers. He not only has outstanding speed, he has outstanding strength as well. Skippers will face 3rd and a yard and a half. Big play for both teams here, early stages, second half. Keating calling signals. And again, it'll be Duspavic over the left side. Stops right at the line of scrimmage. He spins. He'll be short of the first down, it appears. Might have picked up a yard, but I think he's still going to be short. We'll just have to see where they mark it here. They'll mark it outside the 15-yard line, or right at the 15, and they mark it as a first down. What I'm guessing is a very generous mark there. But it is a mark that gives Minnetonka a first down at the 15-yard line. Make it at the 20. Keating rolling to his right, looking for a receiver. Throws downfield at his nice one-handed catch. And about, they call it incomplete. It looks like he pulled it in, but they'll call it incomplete. Chris Stratman was the intended receiver. Keating, the freshman, rolls to his right. It looks like Stratman made a nice one-handed catch, but he did not retain possession, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Minnetonka trails here, 14-6. 9 minutes, 37 seconds remaining. Third quarter of play. Again, Duspavic is the single setback. Wide receivers left and right, wing backs left and right as well. Keating steps up and passes, and it falls incomplete. He was going for the quick slant. It was intended for Jopru, but it falls incomplete. Jopru got his hands on it, but was unable to hold on. And it is 3rd and 10 for Minnetonka. Skippers trying to take advantage of a Richfield turnover, as the Spartans coughed it up on the first play from scrimmage here in the third quarter. 3rd and 10 from the 20. Ryan Keating leads his team to the line of scrimmage. Keating, fake give, fake reverse. Not a fake that, now that play would have worked. That was a handoff now to number 15. That was Chris Smith again. And then he tried to hit Keating back out of the backfield. He was open, but the ball was not delivered. And it is 4th down. Now, the wind has died down again, it looks like, but what wind there is, it would be at the back if they tried a field goal here. And that is exactly what they will do. They'll be placed at about the 26-yard line. Will that make it a 36-yard field goal attempt? The kick is up, and the kick will be smothered and blocked by Richfield. A host of Spartans there. I believe number 56 was the first man there with the block. I believe Bob Olson got a piece of it, but there were several Spartans there, and so Richfield holds. Minnetonka unable to take advantage of that turnover. The Spartan defense does the job, and they hand the ball back to their offense at the 25-yard line. So now it is the Spartans' turn. Again, they had fumbled the ball in their first play from scrimmage here in the third quarter. Here the give will go on the pitch outside. Slipping down is Matt Scanlon as he takes the pitch from his brother Paul. Scanlon slips, and he falls for about a 4-yard loss back at the 21-yard line. So it'll be second and long for Richfield. Second and 14. Spartans come to the line of scrimmage. Again, second and 14. Scanlon and Duffy, the setbacks. The give goes inside to Duffy. Little room there. Pickup of maybe 2 or 3 on the gain. We'll call it 3 to the 24-yard line. Still third and long for Richfield. Duffy picks up 3, leaving 11 plus yards to go to the first down. So third and long for Richfield. No mistakes here. Scanlon under center. Fake gives the counter inside to Duffy. Has some room, uses that speed up to about the 30-yard line. That'll be well short of the first down. And Richfield will be forced to punt. If memory serves, this may be the first Spartan punt of the evening. 4th and 5 for Richfield. So Matt Scanlon will be back to kick it away. Twin backs back for Minnetonka. Scanlon will kick low line drive. Will bounce at about the 45. Bounce straight up, and it will be down at the 46-yard line. Minnetonka takes over with good field position. They trail 14-6. 7 minutes, 23 seconds remaining here. Third quarter of play. So a nice defensive stand for Minnetonka. And again, as I remarked earlier, they are playing hardly like a team that is in last place in the Classic Lakes with a record of 0-3 in conference play. The Skippers have played a very solid ball game so far this evening. Still they trail 14-6 as they take over 1st and 10. That is, Minnetonka takes over 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Flag down, looked like an interior lineman jumped for Richfield. It appeared number 74, Mike Stewart, jumped. And that'll cost the Spartans 5 yards. And that'll set up a 1st and 5 play for Minnetonka. They are now in Richfield territory at the 49-yard line. First and 5, Minnetonka. Brian Keating sends man in motion, 2 men in motion to the right, 2 men in motion at the same time, and that is illegal. Complete downfield, but this play will come back. 2 men were in motion simultaneously. That's illegal. And so that'll be an illegal procedure, an illegal formation, depending on how they call it. We'll call it an illegal motion. And so that'll set back the Skippers 5 yards. So again, it goes back. The teams exchange 5-yard penalties. So it is 1st and 10 again at the 46. Again, you cannot send 2 people in motion simultaneously. There was 2 men going in motion for Richfield, or make that for Minnetonka at the same time. And that's why the flag came down. Keating calling signals. He's back to pass, rolling to his right. Looks like he's trying to set up a screen. He throws it out here, and it is complete to about the 45, inside the 45, near first down yardage. Nick Novak on the catch. And I have to say that Minnetonka was kind of fortunate there. Keating was receiving all kinds of pressure from the defensive front of Richfield. He threw up a bit of a floater. Novak was able to make the catch, and where it is marked as a first down. 1st and 10 for the Skippers at the Richfield 44-yard line. Halfway mark of the third quarter. Keating back to pass again. He will go deep. and it falls incomplete. Excellent coverage on the play there by Duffy. Jopru again was the intended receiver. Jeremy goes 6'6". Well, Ben Duffy, he goes about 5'10", so he's given away about 8 inches, and they've tried to work on him as that left cornerback a couple times tonight with that long out pattern, but they have not been able to connect yet. Again, excellent coverage by Duffy, and that'll bring up second and 10 for Minnetonka. Keating with Dusbovic behind him. Slant pass is complete at the 35. Check that. Complete again to the 40-yard line inside the 40. Rob LaRue on the catch. LaRue picks up about 5 yards, make it 6. We'll call it 6-yard pickup to about the 44-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4 for Minnetonka. And yet another big third down play in this contest. We haven't heard much from Dusbovic here in the second half. Look out for him here. 3rd and 4. Keating under center. Fake give to Dusbovic. Rolling left is Keating, and he will tuck it under his arm and go out of bounds for a first down at the 30-yard line. Keating faked the give inside to Dusbovic, kind of with a bootleg, and they were going to mark it at the 33-yard line. Nonetheless, it is a first down for the Minnetonka Skippers, and they are on the move. Keating again with Dusbovic as his lone setback. Man in motion to the right. To give inside to Dusbovic. Not much room there, but still Dusbovic is able to slide his way inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. Gain of about 4. A host of Spartans in on the tackle. Again, Dusbovic showing nice running skills, good instincts inside there. There was not a lot of room. He just was kind of feeling his way through, picking up 4 yards. 2nd and 6 for Minnetonka from the Richfield 29-yard line. Again, the man goes in motion right. Keating passes inside, complete to Jopru, who hangs on, takes a big hit from Duffy, spins off, goes down about the 20-yard line, and that's another first down for Minnetonka. The slant pattern, a play that Minnetonka has utilized quite often this evening, clicks for the Skippers for a first down. So 1st and 10 for Minnetonka from the 20. Slowly, patiently, they move downfield. Back to pass is Keating. Keating looking in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnetonka. Jopru, utilizing that 6'6" in height, climbs over a couple of defenders and hauls in the touchdown, and Minnetonka is within 2. Again, I mentioned this matchup just a little earlier. Jeremy Jopru is 6'6" tall. Ben Duffy's 5'10". Duffy's there. The ball is looped up, and then Jopru comes down with it. Referee signals touchdown. And we have a close ball game here, folks. It is now 14-12. Minnetonka most likely will go for the 2-point conversion and try to get a tie here. 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. 3rd quarter. And again, this will be a 2-point conversion attempt. Keating, option. Dusbovic will try to get the corner. He will pass instead. 2-point conversion is good. We have a tie ball game. Dusbovic taking the pitch, looked like a straight option play. Coming up with a left-handed pass, complete in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And again, Minnetonka is tied. Take a look again. Here it is. Looks like an option play. Then Dusbovic pulls up. The pass is right there. The catch is made. And again, folks, we got a tie ball game. 14-14 with 4 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. And it is awfully quiet right now here on the Richfield side. I think they're probably a little surprised. Again, I talked earlier about how much they were trying to go to Joffre against Duffy, and Duffy's just been on him like a blanket all night long. And again, there was great coverage on that play, but when you're 8 inches taller than the defender, you got a very big advantage, and they utilized it there. A low line drive kick, and this will be fielded by Scanlon at about the 5 to the 10, the 15, 20. Scanlon runs into a heat there, keeps on moving. He is finally down at about the 25-yard line, and that's the Spartans will take over. A 14-14 contest. And we got a ball game, folks. Richfield has not been able to get much going from the offensive side so far this quarter. Fumbled on their first play from scrimmage, 3 and out on their second to give inside. A little crowded there, pick up from about 4 yards. I believe it was Duffy on the carry. Then Duffy. He was helped up there by Minnetonka defender.
Number 55, Shannon Crowell.
Shannon Crowell made the tackle, and that's a name that we have called out a couple times this evening. 5'11" 181-pound senior linebacker for Minnetonka. Plays a very similar role to what Jason Kendrick does for the interior of the Richfield defense. Second and we'll call it 6 for Richfield. The give will go inside again, and Duffy will carry defenders up to about the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down for Richfield. Offensive line for Richfield there just blew some people off the football. Nice hole on that right side. And the Spartans have their initial first down here of the third quarter. It comes with just under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Spartans in a position now where they want to take control of the line of scrimmage, reestablish what they had working in the first half as far as the dominance on their side of the line of scrimmage as far as the offense is concerned. The pitch out goes from Scanlon to Scanlon, and he is stopped for no gain. Paul pitches to brother Matt. Nice job on the left-hand side of the Minnetonka defense. It sets up 2nd and 10. Scanlon comes out as they continue to utilize the messenger system as they have throughout the game as they rotate the off-back. Man who lines up aside, Ben Duffy. Duffy is the lone setback. Pitch out left to Duffy. Duffy looking for some room, cuts it inside. Tacklers are there, and they make the stop. Duffy picks up 2, but it is a short gain. Nice job by, again, the outside of the Minnetonka defense. Minnetonka has done a nice job with the wide plays this evening. That may not question Todd Olson's strategy, but it seems like Richfield's had a lot of success running right up the gut against this team. But he still wants to see what they can do if they can find a couple soft spots on the outside as well. 3rd and 8, as they'll be looking for a soft spot here. Paul Scanlon, the quarterback. Paul pitches out. Here comes a reverse. Back this way to Duffy, looking for some room, and a tackle is made short of the first down. Another nice open field tackle by number 44 for Minnetonka. That's Tony Rogers. A nice open field tackle right at the 46-yard line, set up 4th and 4, and I would have to guess that Richfield's going to be forced to punt. We're in the final minute of play here in the third quarter. Just to let the folks in the truck know, we will take a break at the quarter break. Scanlon with the punt. High, short kick. It'll take a bounce. It went off a Minnetonka player, and it is loose. The ball bounded off the leg of a Minnetonka player. A flag is down as well. And we'll have to let the referee sort this one out. Conference at about the 37-yard line of Minnetonka. Now, again, I didn't see a penalty, anything kind of an infraction. I did see the ball definitely hit a Minnetonka player in the leg. And it looked like the Richfield defenders were around the ball. But again, the referees right now are kind of meeting and trying to kind of sort this one out. And let's see what the call is. One official is explaining to a Minnetonka representative, quarterback Ryan Keating is on the field for Minnetonka. Another official is talking to Richfield co-captain Jason Kendrick. It is a penalty versus Richfield. It is declined. Bottom line, folks, 1st and 10 Minnetonka at their own 38-yard line with 32 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. So the Skippers will have the ball, tie ball game, and they'll be looking for their first lead of the contest. Keating brings his club up to the line of scrimmage. Duspavic again, the lone setback. Long count, give up the middle to Duspavic. Again, just dragging tacklers along. Joe gets all the way up to about the 44-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 6. And that'll set up 2nd and 4. And we will have that play in a moment, as it will be the first. The score after 3 quarters of play is Richfield 14, Minnetonka 14. Stay with us. You're watching classic Lake Conference football on Paragon Cable and Rich TV.
In front of a class at Edison High School, Boris Yeltsin stood up and changed the course of communism. Magic Johnson gave some tips to Maryville High's basketball team.
Fundamentals of basketball.
And Rudolph Nureyev staged the Nutcracker at Lewis F. Cole Middle School. By donating cable service and commercial-free programming to schools across the country, local cable companies like yours are helping teachers show that great things can come to those who dare to dream.
Welcome back, everyone. Again, after 3 quarters of play, a bit of a surprise here. Minnetonka, winless in conference play at 0-3 in the season against Richfield, alone in first place in the conference at 3-0. But these two clubs are tied at 14-14 as we head into the final quarter of play. Minnetonka with possession, 2nd and 4 from their own 44. And the Skippers have been the more, I don't want to say dominant team, but the more impressive team so far here in the second half. Ryan Keating is their quarterback. Sends a man in motion to the left. Joe Duspavic up the middle. A host of Spartans there to await him. But still Duspavic pushes forward. He'll be very close to a first down. In fact, he has a first down. First down for Minnetonka at the 48, at their own 48-yard line. So the Skippers move the sticks again. Again, the Richfield defense was there. It seems like every time Duspavic has the football, he is surrounded by defenders. But he is a tough man to bring down. And when he falls, it seems like he falls forward an awful lot. 1st and 10 Skippers. This time a give on a bit of a reverse. A flag on the play. Man is thrown for about a 2-yard loss. Dick Novak was the carrier. This one came in the area again where you often see offensive holding. An offensive holding is the call. So will the Spartans take 2nd and 12 or 1st and 20? They will take the penalty and set up 1st and 20 for Minnetonka back at their own, back at the Minnetonka 38-yard line. Keep in mind this penalty. This could be a big one. Minnetonka seemed to be moving the ball pretty well. They had momentum on their side, but this sets them back and sets up a 1st and 20. So they'll need a couple big plays here if they want to keep this drive alive. Keating will fake the give and roll to his right. He's being pressured. Escapes the pressure. Pass downfield is intercepted. No, incomplete. It looked like Duffy had it. Couldn't control it. Incomplete pass. And it'll be 2nd and 20 for Minnetonka. A collective groan here in the Richfield press box. As from our viewpoint, it looked like Duffy had made an outstanding interception, but apparently Ben could not hang on to it. But still, it sets up a 2nd and long for Minnetonka. 11-11 to play. 14-14 is the score. Novak in motion. Keating back to pass. Straight back. Looks like they're trying to set up a screen. They have it set up. It's Duspavic. Breaks one tackle. But he is met by Kendrick and a host of others. And he will stop for no gain.
Stop made by Wilson Kendrick and others.
That time, the screen does not click for Minnetonka. And so, it is 3rd and 20. And again, that penalty, that holding call, was a very big call, a very good call for Richfield, a not-so-good call so far for Minnetonka. Skippers with 3rd and 20. From their own 38. Keating will go back to pass. And he will go deep down this sideline, and that one will fall incomplete. Tipped for LaRue. Rob LaRue, another of the tall Richfield receivers. LaRue goes 6'3". Jupra, who earlier caught the touchdown pass, goes 6'6". So they have some size on the outside on the Minnetonka side of the football. But that ball fell incomplete, 4th down, and Minnetonka will be forced to punt with 10:21 to play in the 4th quarter and in regulation time. Pressure, but the kick is off. It's a low-line drive kick that will bounce and take a very nice Minnetonka roll inside the 15 and will roll dead at the 13-yard line. The ball went right between Duffy and Scanlon. They kind of looked at each other like, you have it, you got it, no, you got it, no, you got it, we don't got it, and Minnetonka gets a very productive punt. With the roll, total net yards on that punt would be, quick math, Mike, 49 yards. So Richfield will start, but they will start deep in their own territory. 10:07 to play, 4th quarter. 14-14 contest. Again, you don't want a mistake down here. Scanlon, the give to Duffy. Ben puts his head down, and I guess check that was not Duffy. Let's let him untangle here, and I'll give you the carrier. It was Matt Scanlon. Good hard running there by Matt. He picks up 6 yards to about the 19-yard line, setting up 2nd and 4. Nothing more Todd Olson would like at this point is to run off some clock, get some first downs, move those sticks a little bit, and to get that ball out of so deep in his end. And of course, he'd love to get a score out of it, but right now I'm sure he just wants to improve his field position. Paul Scanlon, they set up in a wishbone this time. Fake give. Scanlon looks over the middle and it falls incomplete. Pass intended for Mike Barton in traffic. So it'll be 3rd and 4 for Richfield. Another one of those key 3rd down plays coming up here. That time a bit of a different look from Richfield. They set up in the wishbone. No wideouts. Faked the give. And then they went inside, tried to pass rather inside the outside backers, and they tried to hit their tight end, but it fell incomplete. Standard set here, twin back split. Scanlon fakes give inside. He did give it inside, and it's a first down for Richfield. Big play there for the Skippers. Duffy takes it up for about 7 yards and a first down to the 26-yard line. So Richfield picks up a key first down as they move away from the shadows of their goalpost. They'll have it 1st and 10. A little confusion here on the Richfield side here. There are too many guys in the field. They're okay now. Pitch out. That goes for about 3 yards. Ben Sabilla on the carry. That play was pretty well contained by the Minnetonka defense. Clock is rolling. 8 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Fourth quarter and regulation. 14-14 game. The first place Spartans and the last place Skippers. Excellent football game. The give inside to Duffy, and Duffy will go down about a half yard short of the first down at about the 36-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and short. Officials will stop the clock. I'm not sure they're going to measure, but they're right in front of me as far as where my viewpoint is, and they're clearly a good half yard short of the first down. They will not measure. They will roll the clock. Under 8 to play. 3rd and 1 Richfield. Sending Duffy in motion. Quarterback sneak. First down, Spartans. Paul Scanlon takes the snap, puts the shoulders and the head down, moves forward for 2 yards, and moves the chains for Richfield. Another big first down for the Spartans. 1st and 10 from the 38. Picked up 2 consecutive first downs. The crowd getting into it a little bit here as well. The pitch out to Scanlon. Bruce. He made one tackler miss, and that tackler came in awfully high around the helmet area. And that kind of looks like what Todd Olson is asking for here as well. Nonetheless, a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7 from the 42. We are at 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Right now. 2nd and 7. Scanlon looking. No one's there. Gets rid of it to Duffy. Makes the catch. And he picks up another Richfield first down into Minnetonka territory. A great job of poise that time by the senior quarterback, Paul Scanlon. His first man was not there. He looked him off. He had 2 men in his face, but he was still able to get it off. Duffy with the catch. And the Spartans move the sticks once again. First and 10 from the Minnetonka 48. 3rd first down of this drive. If you remember, it started back at the 13-yard line. To give inside to Matt Scanlon. Matt picks up 3 more yards for, again, the gain of 3 to set up a 2nd and 7. The Spartans break huddle again. Tie score of 14. 2nd and 7 Richfield. Scanlon to give inside to Duffy. Breaks a couple tackles, slides, and moves to about the 41-yard line. About 2-3 yards short of the first down. And boy, we got a big play coming up here. 3rd down. We'll call it a short 3 to go. At the Minnetonka 42-yard line. They need to get across the 40, probably just at the 39. They probably is exactly about 3 yards to go. 3rd and 3 for Richfield. Scanlon gives to Duffy. Ben's got the first down and a lot more. First down, Spartans, down to the 31-yard line. Skippers blew off the ball there, basically, behind the Spartans. Ben Duffy found an opening and slammed off left guard. And Richfield with another first down, their 4th of this drive. As they break the huddle, 5:20 to play. Spartans trying to stay undefeated and in sole possession of first place in the Classic Lake. Scanlon gives again to Duffy, spinning off tacklers inside the 30, stopped at about the 29, gain of about 03.
Ben Duffy on the play, stopped by Connie Wesley.
And again, what wind there is, it is right now in the back of the Spartans. So keep that in mind. We saw Bill Dvorak miss about a 30-yard field goal at the late stages in the last seconds of the first half, but that was into the wind. Right now, they're not thinking field goal. They're thinking touchdown. The give, and stopped immediately. Minnetonka defense coming up big there. Ben Sabilla stopped in his backfield. He will lose yardage, about a yard. And here we go again. 3rd down. This time 3rd and 8. With 4 minutes to play in regulation time. I'd have to guess they're a little outside of Dvorak's field goal range right now. Another first down would put them within that range. Scanlon pitches to Scanlon. Matt will go. A man is there. Incomplete. Duffy was pretty well covered as the halfback option pass falls incomplete. And what do you do now if you're Coach Todd Olson? It's 4th and 8 from the 30-yard line. 3:42 to play in regulation time. And it appears the Spartans will go for the first down. Yes, they will. 4th and 8 for Richfield. 2 tight ends in. Duffy out wide right. Keep an eye on him. Single coverage there for Ben. It looked like they're trying to set up that screen again. It's not there. That ball will fall incomplete, and Minnetonka's defense is held. They tried to run that little delay where Duffy kind of just delays at the line of scrimmage, then tries to slide into the middle and set up the middle screen. But Minnetonka had that one sniffed out. And the Richfield drive dies at the 30, but still keep in mind, 4 first downs when they got that ball. They were at the 13-yard line. They killed a lot of clock, and they took advantage, and now Minnetonka will take over with just 3.5 minutes to play from their own 30-yard line. Now we'll see if the Skippers can come up with something. Back to pass, pressure, and down he goes. Bob Olson with the pressure, and Ryan Keating is sacked. Back at the 23-yard line, loss of 7. Big play by the Richfield defense. As we approach 3 minutes to play in regulation. 2nd and 17 for Minnetonka. Keating, the freshman. Probably played conservative here. Maybe not. Back to pass. Trying to set up a screen to Duspavic. He is there. He has some room there. Duspavic cuts it up. He'll be right near the first down marker, maybe about a yard short.
Duspavic on the reception and run.
They will mark it
Stop was made by Charles Lottie.
at the 39-yard line. 39-yard line, gain of 16. That'll set up 3rd and 1 with 2.5 minutes to play. 14-14 tie. Richfield and Minnetonka. Keating under center. You know they're going to give it to Duspavic. They do, and he has a first down for the Skippers. Duspavic carries to the 42-yard line. First down, Minnetonka. The Skippers trying to win their first game in the Classic Lake this season. They won their opener, a non-conference game versus St. Francis. They have gone 0-3 since then. They're playing a very tight game here with first place Richfield. Keating back to pass, rolling to his right. Pressured by Olson. The pass is complete. The catch there by LaRue, it appears. Or was it? It was Jopru instead. It was Jeremy Jopru. And it is another first down for Minnetonka. They are now in Richfield territory. Skippers with a first down at the Richfield 46. Clock moving with 1:45 to play in regulation. Skippers showing no urgency, maybe taking up too much time. Keating calling signals, back to pass. Pressured again, he will run, he has some room. 40, 35, tackle at the 33-yard line. Another first down for Minnetonka. Clock will stop as they move the flags, and it will stop as well for a Minnetonka timeout. That is their first of this half. They have 2 remaining. Ryan Keating has shown that he likes to run the football tonight, and he does so here. He's got a wide open field there as he goes back to pass. It almost looked like a quarterback draw. He picks up about 13 yards, and he has his team at the Richfield 33-yard line with 1 minute and 26 seconds to play in regulation. This contest currently tied at 14. A couple impressive late drives here by both clubs. Again, Richfield had it first and 10 from their own 13 with about 9 minutes to play. They racked up 4 first downs, moved it as deep as about the 30-yard line of Minnetonka. That drive stalled. They had to give it up on downs. Minnetonka got the ball back. If you remember, a play on first down of that drive was a big sack by Bob Olson, set up a 2nd and 17. The Skippers were able to recover, and now they have it 1st and 10 in Richfield territory with 1:26 to play. Keating. Back to pass again. Looks downfield for Jupero. He's got it inside the 10 to about the 5-yard line. Check it this time. It was LaRue. We have 2'9" and 8'9", both tall kids. And Minnetonka has it 1st and goal at the Richfield 6 with 1:21 to play. What an upset this would be. Keating under center. Back to pass. The draw play to Duspavic, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage by a host of Richfield Spartans. Mike Stewart among them.
Stopped by number 47, Mike Tyson and others.
So it will be 2nd and goal from about the 8-yard line. Clock is moving, less than a minute to play. Regulation time, 14-14 contest. Keating. Back to pass, rolling to his left. He could run, he will run, he has the corner. That's a touchdown for Minnetonka. Ryan Keating. He was looking to run the entire way. Just gets into the end zone with 42 seconds to play. Minnetonka leads this one 20-14 with the extra point pending. As he goes back, just past as he's rolling to his left, he was thinking run the entire way. He had a running back in front of him. He gets the corner, front corner of the end zone, and the Skippers have the lead. Minnetonka going in 0-3 in the Classic Lake. In last place, Richfield 3-0 in sole possession of first. That in jeopardy at this point. Extra point. is good. So, Minnetonka leads 21-14 with 42 seconds to play. Let's see what Richfield can come up with. Complete understanding, this is Rich TV. We are representing Richfield High School, but you've got to take your hats off to the effort tonight by the Minnetonka Skippers. You almost wonder if the Skippers think that the Spartans might have looked past Minnetonka. Hard to think that could be possible, but again, when you're 3-0 and you're facing a team that's 0-3 in the conference, it might be kind of difficult not to look past them. A very quiet homecoming crowd at this point, but still 42 seconds to play. Let's see what the Spartans can come up with. A low bouncing kick, short, fielded about the 25-yard line, slipped down at about the 34. Ryan Furcus, check that, that's the wrong number 2. Tony Jackson fielded that kick for Richfield. So the Spartans will take over. Still 39 seconds to play. They have all 3 timeouts. They trail 21-14. Paul Scanlon takes his team up. The crowd trying to urge the Spartans on. Scanlon back. Looks across the middle, and it is complete or incomplete. He went for Jackson. Ball falls incomplete. We're down now to 28 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. The Spartans need a big play in the worst way. Second and 10 from the 34. Scanlon back. Man in his face. Ball is tipped to the line of scrimmage and it falls incomplete. Here, number 70 tipped the ball. That would be Pat Rutledge. 6'2", 210-pound junior from Minnetonka. That killed 4 seconds. 25 seconds now remaining. Third and 10 for Richfield. Officials stop the clock, and it looks like we have a defensive timeout for Minnetonka. As Miles Ginther moves out to talk to his defensive squad, the Richfield offense moves over to speak with Todd Olson and company. As the Richfield Brain Trust tries to come up with a big play, call that is, here in the final seconds of this Classic Lake Conference contest. Minnetonka leads Richfield 21-14. 25 seconds to play. Richfield with possession. They are facing third and 10 from their 34-yard line. So they will need to negotiate the final 66 yards here in the final 25 seconds if they want to remain unbeaten on the season. Next week, the Spartans, incidentally, will be playing Armstrong over at Edina. But here we have third and 10. Scanlon under center. Back to pass. Goes to the outside, and again, it falls incomplete. A Minnetonka defender got his hands on that. Number 56, Eric Hudgens, nearly intercepted it, so we come down to fourth down. Fourth and 10. And Minnetonka is closing in on their first Classic Lake win of the season, and what a big win for that program this would be. Spartans with trips right. Look for a Hail Mary job down the right-hand side, and there it is. up high. Duffy is sprinting out there. It falls incomplete. And Minnetonka will take over on downs. And the celebration has already begun on the Minnetonka sideline. "16 seconds away from their first Classic Lake win of the season. And Richfield will taste defeat for the first time in the 1994 season. Look for a quick kneel job here from the freshman, and he does so. Richfield will not stop the clock. And that is this, folks. What an upset. Minnetonka has beaten Richfield by the final score of 21-14. They deserve to celebrate, and there they go.
Look at this pass. Ryan Keating to number 89, Jeremy Joprou. Oh, what a pretty play. Minnetonka with a two-point conversion tied Richfield at 14 all. Richfield's defense comes right back. Bob Olson, number 56, big sack of Keating. Game still tied late in the game. Watch the quarterback, Keating, number 7, on the keeper, around the end, gets some good blocks downfield, and scores the winning touchdown to beat Richfield. And that is a big one, 21-14 Minnetonka in the Classic Lake.